Joel going is disappointing because he's a good player that we've developed well. But once a player makes his mind up for good reason that he wants to go, then we're not believers, Sean Wayne or I, in trying to keep them artificially. We could have paid Joel exactly the same money or more than he's getting within rugby union. It's not a cherry pick issue. It's a lifestyle and game choice made by Joel, which is every entitlement to do. He wants to live in the south of England and he wants to have a go at rugby union. So am I bitter about the fact that Joel's won every trophy in the last 18 months? Not bitter at all. He's won the League Leaders Trophy, he's won a Challenge Cup trophy, he's won a Grand Final. The only one he didn't get was the World Club Challenge, and we came close to that. So I don't think it's bad that he's going off to play rugby union. I think it's good they think that well of our players. I think it's even better that they're paying us a huge amount of money for him to go. I have no problem with that.
You know him best. This can't have been an easy decision for him. He grew up, well, you both grew up here, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not been an easy decision at all, as you'd probably expect. I think it's something that he's keen on doing now, but I think there was a lot of thinking and talking about what he really wanted to do. But you know, I'm glad he's done it in the end.
And are you going to miss playing alongside your brother?
Yeah, of course, yeah, I'm going to miss playing with him, but as well as, you know, he's just a real good player. You know, the same as if any one of our top players left, I'd be disappointed. But you know, I think everyone's wishing him the best of luck, and I think he'll be real successful in rugby union anyway.
And obviously Logan's still coming through. How's he getting on?
Yeah, he's all right. He's just got his head down, doing his hard work behind the scenes. Now me and Joel are sort of a bit of speculation on us, but I think he did really well last year at Widnes out on loan, and this year he'll be pushing to impress Sean. You think
he might be playing first team this year, or do you think that's still too early for him?
Yeah, I think there might be opportunities for him to get a couple of games this year. Obviously that'll be down to Sean and how well Logan's playing. But you know, hopefully he'll impress and get a shot.
Joel's been with us for many years, and you know, I've known him since he was a kid, and he's great in the dressing room and great on the field. But he's chosen to go down to Saracens and try his hand at a new sport, and I fully support that. I understand him and his young girlfriend want to go and try and live the London life, and I'm okay with that. You know, it just gives an opportunity to one of our youngsters. You know, they've got Darryl Goulding, Steph Mars, Josh Charnley, some great young players coming through, and you know, they're under pressure to make sure that they have a pre-season like they've never had before, and they know that under me they will get an opportunity.
I suppose anyone who thinks that this could possibly be a decision purely about money just needs to look at that Sam's signed his contract.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way with Joel or Sam. You know, Sam loves the club. He's very happy here. You know, and we've made sure that he's got a package which is very favourable to him. Regarding Joel, I know for a fact that's not. There's other reasons, you know, external reasons why he wanted to go on to London, and I fully support that. You know, I'm very close to Joel. In one way, I'm sad, you know, that he's not playing for us next year, but I'm excited for him. That as a young man, he's going to try and, you know, try something new in his career.
Replacing Joel, Sean thinks that that's going to come from within. Do you see that yourself?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of young lads coming through at the club who are more than capable of playing first team rugby regular, so I'm sure we'll have someone to slot in that position.
And keeping Sam, that can't be underestimated how important that is, can it?
I think that's of critical importance. It sends a message very clearly that we can keep our talent. We, particularly Wigan, because Wigan's a profitable club, a well-managed club, and we appreciate our talent, and Sammy's being paid considerably more than many rugby union internationals. We're not concerned about that. We can compete with rugby union very solidly.
So what do we have to do to stop this then happening? What is it that we're missing out on?
I don't think we are particularly. I don't view Kyle Eastman going to rugby union as the start of a massive pathway of players leaving. I think there's more of a problem with people wanting to go and play in the NRL, forwards particularly, because the money's more. I don't think rugby union is a great threat. I think we are as much a threat to rugby union because we can pay as well as they can, and we've got a better game that's better supported, that's more profitable at everything other than the international level. The threat that we've got is we have to make the England international team a winning team. We've got to beat Australia and New Zealand, which I think we will do by 2013, and we've got to stick to Wembley. And sure, 45,000 I don't view as half empty. I think that's a damn good performance for 2 games down at Wembley, and I think by the time the World Cup comes round, that'll be 75,000, and we need to keep it at that level then.
And that contract that you've got with Sam, it's just primed for that World Cup as well, isn't it?
Well, it's longer than that. He's guaranteed a minimum of 3 years, which takes him through to the end of 2014, and it's a 5-year contract. So I've said tacitly to Sam that if we've won everything twice over again in between, and he then chooses to go to Australia or to rugby union, I won't stand in his way. But what I will do is I will take the compensation fee, the transfer fee, for him going, which is why we've made it a 5-year contract. And that's exactly what we did with Joel Tomkins in terms of making sure we got good value from letting him go.
In the typical Wigan style, you've taken full advantage of the situation with this deal with Saracens. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think that's been something that's been in the planning for a long time. It's very obvious that Saracens as a club and Wigan as a club are innovative and creative and doing things differently. Because we are like that, and because Andrew Farrell and the chief exec, Edward Griffiths of Saracens, I get on with particularly well. He's got some very good ideas. He's not frightened of the establishment. They're not posh toffees as many of the rugby union clubs are, and they're able to make their own decisions and push things forward. We feel a lot of empathy with that. We can gain in sports science and performance analytics from the two clubs sharing notes on the way that we win. We can gain at the coaching and other staff side of it. We can gain certainly from playing a game between the two clubs where we'd make quite a lot of money in London playing with Wigan's brand name and Saracens. And at some point in time in the future, I'm sure it will move towards interchange of players. We'd be delighted to have good rugby union three-quarters come and play for Wigan. We wouldn't mind if players who were going to go to rugby union anyway went and tried it out at Saracens, and if they're successful and get in the England team, maybe stay there. Nothing wrong with that.
You've kept Sam for longer, and you've signed this deal with Saracens. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, regarding Sam, he's committed himself for at least another 3 years, and and I'm really pleased with that. Regarding the setup with Saracens, the thing about that is we're going to go in there and listen to them coach and do coaching days with them, with their players, and vice versa. And I'm a coach what tries to learn something every day, and if I can go down to Saracens and learn one thing, then that would be a great benefit to me. So I can't see anything other than positive things coming from this.
England, New Zealand next week. I think we've got a really good chance in that game, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got to take a lot of positives from the game against Australia and look to perform quite similar to that. I think New Zealand are a good team, and they'll be looking to get a win, and they want to get to that final as much as we do, I'm sure. So it's I think it's set up for a great game.
I think they look beatable though as well, don't they? They don't look invincible at all.
No, I don't think any team in the competition looks invincible. If you look at us against Australia, we were the favourites. We weren't far off. It was probably a couple of decisions, errors, penalties that cost us in the end. But we're going to look at that this week in training and hopefully sort of get those little negatives out of the game.
I think most people saw a different England on Saturday, especially the intensity in that first 10 minutes. Is that something that you could perhaps maintain for 80 and perhaps even this year perhaps look to beat Australia?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there was ever any doubt of our intensity dropping. I think it was probably just, like I said, errors and penalties that cost us in the end. And but I think this week we'll be as fired up as ever. And we want to get to Ellen Road a week on Saturday, and we'll be doing everything we can do on Saturday to make sure we're there. Yeah, I'll be about for the 2013 World Cup, and if selected, I'd love to be a part of it. I think we've got a great chance. I think the team will mature over the next, the next couple of years, building up towards that, and hopefully we can do something good there.